And it's the next part of this video. It's freezing and a normal player guy. So yeah, so now we have like part one we covered Super Saiyan 4 Broly, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, Dark God Dabura, and Demigra in some Makiusa form. Now we have Black Mass Saiyan, we have Dark Mass King, we have Super Mira, and we have Demon Goddess Toa. Do let's do Toa first. So the last four were all pretty exciting to use. Broly and Vegito seem to be absurd. And of course, the rest all seem to be fantastic supports. Like Demigra was a fantastic support. So let's see if we can continue this going in. So Heroes 4 key 150% is really good actually. It's actually better than the Awakenings for Golden Metal Cooler and Modified Janemba because they're 3 key 150%, so that's fine. They're also crossover, whether or not that makes any difference. So 180%. Right, 180% coming in at 55%, 8.7 thousand. Pretty respectable 13,000 attack. 69% gives you a modest 14,500 attack, 10,500 defense. So 69% is probably at least where you want to sit. All allies 3 key, 40% to stats. The 3 key alone is probably the best thing, but it's nice because she's not going to be especially useful. But yeah, it's going to be nice that she's at least a support. What I'm reading here is I don't like. High chance of additional attack, 10% for all allies, and high chance of defense, 10%. Why is that a chance? So why wouldn't this be crossover or heroes, or why can't this be extreme class? Why is that a roll of the dice? You might as well just that really doesn't make any sense. You might as well just have 50% crossover or extreme class allies get that. You might as well. 50% chance to dodge any attack with 50% more health. Okay, fine. Extreme class allies 60% and recovers 50% HP with 50% when you're under 50%. Okay, so that's nice. That's once only. So you fall below a certain amount, she will get you back up. An additional 40% up to 120 with each attack evaded. Interesting. So if you do dodge, I mean, she's going to be a floater. Maybe slot. You might want to keep her around. Maybe. What's her super attack effect? She does seal. She does lower attack. No additional. Just raise attack. She does seal. So I suppose if you've just been attacked once, you could duck and dive in between. I suppose. If you do get the dodge, you could at least build up. So she could have. Was it like? She could have 300%. So that's fine. 300% off. That's not bad actually. It's not bad. Whilst giving 40% free key, that's pretty good. This, I'm going to consider this a write-off because that's pointless. This is nice. So this is only once. You get this additional once, but you heal. So that's pretty powerful because she's nothing special, but like this alongside this could be pretty good. By the way, extreme class allies will be getting 100% during that particular turn. And it all relies on her dodging, for which she does have a 50%. So that's fine. I feel like if she had a 70% chance, her value would be way more, way more. I also feel like she's trying to copy Dark Magician Girl, but you know. So, Demonic Power, Solid Support, Battlefield Diva, Master of Magic, Scientist, Thirst for Conquest. Interesting. And Shattering the Limit. So, out of all of these 3 would be good. Peppy Gals, maybe, but you'd have to work it around the rest. So, off the bat here, we have crossover, Peppy Gals, Time Travelers, and Heroes. So, of course, yeah, sure. She is free to play. So at the moment, I wouldn't recommend her. This one had an easy from probably will do at some point. So Demonic Power, Solid Support, Battlefield. So yeah, you can get Thirst for Conquest and Shattering the Limit. You're able to get plenty of key and attack in there. Thirst for Conquest helping out. Rebellu, Okay, so you can get some key links in here. Poutine, who do we rock in as? Okay, so Thirst for Conquest comes in with you. Right, Supreme Kai of Time, Brainwashed. No, nothing special. This guy could be pretty interesting because he is a 4-key 40% support. So that actually could help out because that's a 4-key 40%. She would give him 3-key 40%. He needs the 3-key. She does struggle with key. She won't struggle with key because the relevant links are other gals who also have the combination of Shattering the Limit and Battlefield Diva. So she won't struggle for key per se. If you do stick her on Peppy Gals, there is some legitimate. I mean, like the Extreme Super Battle Road, you could at least heal. She does have the chance to dodge. She does seal. Could be a legitimate use, actually. So alongside her, who has her easy A, alongside the rest, probably legitimate. Because most Peppy Gals, they do seal, don't they? Which is pretty bonkers. Okay, so she's respectable. But that's about it. Now, it's nice that she doesn't have to be on a specific team. And she's a great support, but I feel like she's going to amount to nothing particularly special. So you could go for crits and dodge. Honestly, you probably go for dodge because she has 50% chance, but if you spec full dodge, you'd have another complement of chance to dodge. So that could go either way. Okay, Dark Mask King is what I've chosen next. So heroes are extreme int 130%. So that could be good for Battlefield. 2-key 150%. Okay, so what are we talking at 55%? 8,000. A pretty modest 14,000 attack. Goes to 10 and 17, 11,000 defense, 17,000 attack. One dupe takes you to pretty decent stats. So 2-key 150%. You have 150% defense after you received an attack. So that first hit could hurt. Could hurt. If it's a super attack, say bye bye. But you could do well with this. So additional 50% attack with each attack received. So you get hit once and you have that additional defense. I suppose it will reset after 5 turns. Did you need it hit again? Additional attack 50%. So with every attack then received, you get you only need every 3 attacks. Additional defense 100% and guaranteed guard when there's a hero in the same turn. Now that's actually fair because there is a fantastic linking partner, and that is this guy. He's a fantastic linking partner because that is King Vegeta, and that's Vegeta, right? So Royal Lineage, prepare for battle, same lineage, given the key attack and defense are pretty legitimate. Rocking them on Pure Saiyans and Vegeta family legitimately could do because 100% defense plus the guard plus this is probably a respectable slot 1 for Vegeta family. Recovers 10% as damage dealt as health. So he is a slot 1 unit. Presumably you've got a heroes, which is legitimately done. That's really good. He raises defense on the turn and greatly lowers attack and defense. So yeah, say the stuff like Saiyan Lineage, Royal Lineage, prepare for battle, shattering the limit. He's not gonna struggle. I mean, loyalty helps as well with damage reduction. That's good. It really, it's good. Alongside this Vegeta, we all know previously when they first came out, these two were a dynamic duo. Now they just are. So yeah, this is probably one of the best ones we've seen. So yeah, how would you build this guy? You could go additional because of the defense. You could go crit because you are going to hit hard. Honestly, I don't think dodge because I feel like I don't suppose you're going to need dodge. It could help out a little bit. It could go crit because you get 10% damage back as health. So arguably you go crit to maximize how much that is. I think we'll choose Black Mask Saiyan because I think that with the Ender Eye mask, I feel like this would be a pretty good complement alongside these two. So let's see. So he's good. So let's see how well he fares. So heroes are extreme AGL 130%, good for Battlefield. 3-key 160% when attacking. Okay. 55% comes in with 8,500. Decent attack, 69%. This is nearly LR territory on attack stats. It's good. One dupe would make him extremely potent. Let's see, 160% when attacking, of which your super attack effect, 30% for the turn, also lower attack and defense. 120% additional stats and guaranteed an additional attack, 50% chance to become a super attack, and a 50% chance to crit when there are 3 or more crossover on the team. Okay, so we know we can get one. How does he... The thing is, fine, yeah, but right. It all depends how what is with the likes of same lineage, same warrior race, and prepare for battle. Yeah, stuff like the Super Saiyan 4 Broly and Vegetos could possibly work out for pure Saiyans. I'll admit, but the best use alongside this guy would be the Vegeta family. He could struggle because you're going to want this. Let's see. Performs a crit when there is a Goku that you're attacking. Interesting. Of course, the which will be on the Vegeta Super Battle Road. So they could work well together. I would feel like you see. This is the difference. We have a guy who just needs Dragon Ball heroes, but it's perfect because we have a perfect linking partner, and then a guy who needs 3. It's a bit underwhelming. I feel like you might struggle, especially for like Vegeta family and pure Saiyans. Maybe not pure Saiyans, but certainly for like Vegeta family. Maybe not so much for Code Body and Mind. So it might just be for Vegeta family, which means you couldn't use King Vegeta. Huh. I mean, yeah. It does work well with all the Vegetas, all the same lineage, same warrior race kind of deal. Vegeta family support, he is pretty respectable. He's actually pretty bonkers, to be fair, so that could be good. So you could get a pretty decent amount of support to help out. So might just work, maybe. Okay, so now we have lastly Super Mirror. Oh, I should say, you probably want to go dodge or additional to maximize this, or dodge just to help show up any weaknesses. So Super Mirror. Okay, let's see what he does. Extreme STR, 130% for Battlefield. 200% attack, 100% defense. Coming in at 55%, 8,000. And 15,000 attack. Pretty good. One dupe gives you LR territory. Gee, what the hell? These units are pretty bonkers. Okay, so disables enemy guard means AGL. He can hit for a modest amount, so that's fine. AGL won't slow him down, at least on attack. So 100% defense, really. 50% to stats on super attack. Your super attack greatly stacks defense. Greatly stacks. Okay. And greatly raise attack for the turn. So he's a greatly raising stack. So additionals all the way because he greatly stacks. So that's a given. Okay, so 100%, so he gets 150% plus greatly stacking. Wow. You could just stick him as a floater for various teams. Yeah, just as a floater. 2 key guaranteed additional super attack when all allies in the turn are Dragon Ball heroes. Who does he work well with? Heroes, when he's underwhelming and doesn't transform. No. Yeah, okay, legitimately could work that out. Yes, who do you share? Nightmare, Fear, and Faith. So you can actually get some key links for this guy. That's actually pretty good. Huh. Heroes, heroes, heroes. Is just no heroes. It's just a bunch of bloody androids. Oof. Yeah, possibly. You make a extreme version or just in general and just stack him on because he greatly stacks. You could legitimately do that. And you could get that. Attacked enemies attack 30% for 2 turns. Okay, that's nice. That helps the other people out. 100% attack and 70% chance to crit when the enemy's attack down or defense down. Right, so, but there's plenty of other people that actually do that. All the other extreme class for heroes and crossover. They do that. So he's going to hit fairly hard. He could be a fantastic floater. Just anybody for these two. You could even have any one of these. Seriously, like even with like Revenge, they're greatly stacking. He has this built in. He has this. I mean, Revenge is a pretty nasty Super Battle Road stage. There's just not that many great units. So this would be brilliant. Plus the others, yeah, you ain't gonna struggle too much. Honestly, it's the greatly stacking that's kind of doing it for him. Android Assault is nice. Um, yeah, just fine, but he needs to be against a Goku, Trunks, or Vegeta to be relevant. Uh, you, yeah, sure, you legitimately could actually make that. Let's see. Do you have it? You do have it, but your GT bosses. Um, yeah, but I just don't see how it works. Android. Does he work with Android? Is he on Android? He is. Android and artificial life forms. Fine, you can get Android Assault, greatly stacks. Could be good for Revenge. It's not on target Goku. Uh, difficult to figure that out. Huh. He seems intriguing because of that greatly stacking defense with stats, with a pretty modest amount of stats. 69% is probably where you want it because it's not a world of difference there. It's just not a lot of great people. When you're thinking about heroes, yeah, he's a great support. You could run him, but he's ass. Yeah, that's going to struggle. But again, like he's a good option and he seals and lowers attack and defense, for which, of course, you can get the additional attack for. Okay, so how would you build this guy? Well, it's probably, arguably, 100% going to be additional because of the greatly stacking, right? He has an additional super attack built in there, so you could triple super, triple greatly stack. So that's something. So let's round them up. This guy, you could probably go for additionals and dodge. This guy, you could probably go for crit and additionals. This guy, you could go for a full-on additionals. And this girl, you could probably do with, admittedly, probably dodge. Because she probably needs it more than anything else. She does the rest. Like, she lowers attack, she seals. She has dodge built in and she's a support, but since she doesn't do anything too much for a super attack effect, I still think dodge is the way to go. So yeah, that's going to be it. These 8 easy A's are pretty bonkers. There are some pretty fantastic ones like the Broly and the Vegito. There are some good ones as well, like the Demigraves are brilliant support, and even this guy is pretty bonkers, and you just need that. You just need this Vegeta. Yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is long enough as it is, but if you liked it, brilliant. And if you didn't, well, that sucks to be you. Well, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.